Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, at whatever time it is where you are in this beautiful planet. My name is Miriam Cunha. I welcome you to my channel tonight. And this channel, it's about esoteric metaphysics, occult things that we talk and explore in order to get into a better version of ourselves on this planet. We are journeying through these physical bodies during a magnificent time of shift. Yes, we are going through a big shift. And the title of this video tonight, it's about Valentines and what's the name? Lupercalia and the year of the buffalo, the Chinese year of the buffalo. So happy New Year, happy Chinese New Year, happy Valentines and Lupercalia. I don't really like to synchronize with those celebrations in special, like those that celebrate in one day what is infinite, because love is infinite, love is unconditional, real love, it's not passion. And that's what we have to celebrate every day, at every hour, at every second of our lives, in the here and now, the only moment that exists. So, this thing about setting this one day to celebrate one thing so big and infinite, like love, doesn't resonate with me, especially when it comes from a little bit of a dark past history. You can research online about the origin of Valentine's Day. Is I didn't decorate all the details about what it is, but it sounded to me like it's got a little bit of a dark history since it was created to sort of replace or cover up a certain ritual that was done that was called Lupercalia. And this kind of rituals back in the Roman days were done with orgies that actually denigrated the images of women, and women were tortured sexually. So it's not a really good start for Valentine's Day. We just keep celebrating because the system tells us, and you get used to it all your life, celebrating all these dates, and you don't question anything, and you start feeding into the energy of these celebrations. And when I say that, it's because I got to know a little bit of how magic works. We are doing magic every day. Magic is the ability that we all have to create our realities with our thoughts and emotions, and why not some ritualistic? The rituals are actually external mechanisms of making our being believe on a certain thing so that it becomes reality. And the reality is that ritualistic can be substituted by thoughts and emotions once we understand that that's what really creates the reality. But anyway, some many people, and especially the top ones controlling the system of this planet, they know a lot about how numbers and colors and energies and planetary conjunctions and all of these things work. They kept it occult from most people on this planet so that they could actually use the magic of those energies in order to create a reality that satisfied their own egos and not the rest of humanity. So it was used in a selfish way. And I'm saying all of that because I wanted to explain how is it that when you connect to a certain date that comes from a dark place like Valentine's Day, you are actually adding your energy into that instead of actually vibrating from your heart into unconditional love. So every time a congregation of humans get together to put their energy into an idea or a belief with all their emotions, they are creating what is known in magic as egregor. Egregor is the collective of thoughts and emotions that form, like it's like a thought form that becomes real. So the more you feed in energy into it, the more real it becomes. And of course, when you have lots of humans, like hundreds of thousands of millions, putting their energy into something, it becomes real. So at this point, we can actually say that Santa Claus is real because how many millions or billions of people put their energy into believing that Santa Claus comes every year and gives us gifts? It's not a bad thing, but it's just important to understand how the energy works and to choose where do you want to donate your energy, where do you want to put your energy. You choose. Once you know, you cannot unknown and ignore it. So you have a choice to keep feeding that egregor or energy group thought form or not. And that's the case with the day that is celebrated every February 14 every year that is called Saint Valentine's. So basically, there is like a murder on this because the Romans murdered like three different Valentines, mm, guys named Valentine, for different reasons that were against their system. And then the cover up of this Lupercalia ritual, which wasn't good for women at all. And I decided that I don't feed that. So I decided that I want to celebrate love, unconditional love, every day, every second of my life, because it's the most beautiful energy ever. Once you connect from your heart to the source of everything of the universe, it's beautiful. You don't want to fall into what the system has tried to impose as love, which is actually passion, right? When you feel sexual attraction for another person, and you feel like your adrenaline is running through your body, and you can't stop thinking about the person, that is actually passion. Infatuation is not love. Love is when you actually desire the best outcome on everything for that person, that you want to see that person healthy, thriving, in harmony, free, and you walk the path as a companion, enhancing the best of the person instead of pulling down. And that is love. Love is action of things you show that you care about the person, is not imprisonment, is not jealousy, and is not sex. Sex is a different thing. It's an energy, a very powerful energy that creates realities and actually creates human beings too. Because a human being, a baby being created with the sexual energy of a male and a female spark of energy, it's amazing, it's magic, it's very powerful. But again, it can be done with love or not, right? Because love is a different compartment. Love, it's unconditional. It's the most highest vibration of best wishes to the outcome of everybody and everything. It's transcendental. It's almost undescribable. And it's a deep, deep, deep connection with the source of creation of everything. Talking about that, many people that don't know how to connect with that source of energy of the creator, create, whatever you want to call it, the universe, they have a little bit of a difficulty finding energy. So they become, in a certain way, energetic vampires because they don't know how to connect to that source of energy. And as soon as their subconscious spots a bright spot of light walking, a being that connects with the source of light, they get attracted if they need energy, and it's up to you if you want to donate or not. Well, sometimes you can help by vibrating high to pull other people who want to lift, but you shouldn't let people pull you down, right? So that is the difference. You got to always pay attention to the interactions of energy around you, and you can only perceive that through the connection to your heart and not with your brain, with your mind. Our mind is into duality, and you might start thinking, well, I feel that, but maybe it's not because no, this person couldn't be doing that. So it's always fighting, shooting back and forth. But connect to your heart. Your heart knows deep, knows, it's knowledgeable, it's wise, it's connected to the source. And there is a song in Brazil that it goes like this: tudo é uma questão de manter a mente esperta, não, a mente quieta, a espinha reta e o coração tranquilo. And that song means everything is a matter of keeping your mind quiet, uh, this chit chat, quiet, your spine straight, flowing the energy, and your heart calm and peaceful. And when you have those three things going on, everything is in harmony, everything is peaceful. And from that point of connection with the creation of the universe, you can actually interact into creating a more harmonious reality for yourself and for your surroundings. And when lots of people in this planet understand the power of that, and we get together to form this kind of egregora instead of feeding the egregoras or thought forms created with selfish intentions by religions and other organizations. If we get together from the heart, we're going to create a beautiful planet. And that is actually a fact happening. It's just that we haven't seen all that it's coming yet because it doesn't happen from one day to another. We're on this transition in between the old system that is still fighting to survive, thinking that they have a chance, but they don't because everything is cyclic, and this is the end of their darkness cycle and the beginning of the new cycle. So this is a fact. It's just a matter of time. We still have time to gather more people into the new earth, because the ones that don't raise their vibration, they're going to have to repeat the class again. They're going to go back to a planet where the same classroom level is going to be played again. And some of us have decided they don't want to do that anymore. They want to move on to the next level of learning on this universe. And that's where the earth is going to be. The earth has decided to shift, and we are going to see big shifts. And I was just reading on my video in Spanish earlier, the Mayan calendar. I wasn't planning to do that, but then I was talking about the Chinese year of the buffalo and the color red, and I ended up reading the Mayan calendar for the next days and couple of weeks, and it was very interesting. So I'm going to read that for you later. But first, let's just go on with the subject of the video, which is Valentine's. I already talked to you a little bit about that. And if you want to know more about that dark history, you can go on Google or Yahoo, other search engines, and search for the origins of Valentine's Day and find out if you really resonate with that or not. And I'm going to leave that there. And adding together Valentine's Day, the heart, and passion, and sex, and the buffalo year, there's a lot of red going on. So I was explaining before too about the color red. All the colors have different vibrations and create or allows us to create a different energy, to use a different energy. So colors are very interesting to work with, as are numbers and shape forms, sacred geometry. So all of that is being kept occult from the biggest part of humanity for a long, long time, because certain creatures decided that they wanted to use this knowledge only for themselves to create a reality that served only them and not the rest of humanity. And because we were kept dark from that power of knowledge, we didn't allow our higher selves to create better realities for ourselves and just fed into the thought forms created by the system of these creatures, which are ending their cycle now. And now we are lifting the veils of illusion, and we're having the big opportunity to look at things as how they really work and to actually interact, creating our own reality. And it's not about a person that is coming here to save us all from the dragon. That is not what's happening, because we have free will and we are being tested on what do we want for our individual selves on all of the midst of the transition and chaos. This is the ultimate test we're going through. So we're going through test of fate, of what do we want to create for ourselves, where do we want to put our energy into. So all of this is being tested to the deepest of the the things that are happening now. It's kind of like diving into a really deep steep roller coaster, and that's what we're going to experience next, starting on Thursday next week, as I've seen on the Mayan calendar. And another thing I was explaining is that we are creating reality at every second with our thoughts and emotions and our attitudes and everything. So we cannot determine exact dates for happenings like many people do, because once you determine a date for a certain happening, you are taking the power away from people to create another thing and determining a future at your own will and not allowing the others' will. So lots of different things happen all the time at the same time. Actually, we have parallel realities all happening at the same time. And we have an opportunity to choose that reality at every second of our lives. So it is important to know that, because we have the influences of the energetics that they are they facilitate a certain reality to happen. Let's say the conjunctions of the planets, the Mayan calendar and their studies can show the energetics of the flowing waves that facilitate certain things. The Chinese year of the buffalo facilitates a certain energetic, but in the middle of all of these energetics, each individual is creating its own reality at the same time, right? So the Chinese year of the buffalo, when you think about the buffalo, it's a strong, big animal that is very quiet and likes to stay there on its own space with the same species. They don't like to be disturbed. But if something disturbs them, especially if you put a red piece of fabric in front of them and incitate that passion, get out of the way. So that's the energy we can expect from the buffalo year. It's everything going quiet and peaceful until something gets triggered and storms like a buffalo with the horns on top of it. So beware of the energy of the buffalo. Use it as you use it wisely, because it brings a lot of courage, strength, peace, but at the same time it can be easily triggered into anger and uh, being pushed into doing things that you rather don't do. So that is the energy of the buffalo. Use it wisely. Anything can be created. You can create the peaceful state of the buffalo eating the grass somewhere quiet with the other buffaloes and cows, and just staying there in meditation, or you can create the triggering of aggression and fight. So you choose. And with that comes the energy of the of red. So like I was saying, colors bring different vibrations. And that is something I don't understand. Why did they put red light to stop the traffic? I cannot understand that. Because when you look at red, you feel like moving forward. You feel like reacting. It's aggressive. It's courage. It's moving. Green, it's calming. So it should be the opposite. The green light should calm the drivers and into a stop. And red lights should be move on, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, I think things are all upside down on this system, including the traffic lights all over the planet. So red is a color that brings us the energy of aggression, but at the same time, it also gives us the energy of passion, which moves us forward and also creates the energy of courage. So if you want to show off in a gathering with people, and you want everybody to look at you, you want to wear red. But if you don't want to instigate on people looking at you the feeling of aggression or too much energy, you don't want to wear red. So you gotta choose where do you want to wear red, and that comes from blood is red, and blood is related to feeling the emotions. When we say the blood is what is boiling, right? The emotion is boiling inside is the red of the of our blood. And I particularly avoided red for a long time in my life because I didn't like red and I didn't like black. And at one point I thought I'm too passive. I need some aggression in my life and I'm missing red and I miss the element fire on my astrological chart. So I thought I'm gonna do some red therapy. So I started eating red food and dressing red clothes. And I bought a red lamp, started taking red light showers. But I did it too much and I started getting very anxious and impatient and aggressive. So I unbalanced myself to the other side. But I found out it works, right? So you got to find the balance. If you're needing to calm down, then use colors like blue, green, uh, yellow. It's good for studying, for intelligence, for activating your mind. So each color is got a different energy, and the passion of this Valentine's Day, the sexual energy, the aggressivity, the courage, all of that is incitated by red. So if you need to be more aggressive in a certain point of your life, use of red. But don't paint your bathroom where you're going to sleep with red. Don't use a red cover on your bed because you're going to be incitating activity and not rest, right? So colors are important to choose, and since we're starting a new Chinese year, it's always good to research a little bit on their philosophy of feng shui, which is how they decorate the house and where they put elements like mirrors and colors so that they actually let the energy of she to flow in your house so that things happen more harmonious and abundant, abundant in good things for your life. The Chinese had, well, no, they have a lot of wisdom, ancient wisdom, which the actual system has been breaking down for a reason they want. But anyway, lots of ancient civilizations that we don't even know all. Had a lot of wisdom that was destroyed of the buffalo and Lupercalia and Valentine. So let's talk about the Mayan calendar. The Mayan calendar for this week. Let's see, here it is. Maybe I should share it with you. Yeah, share. Where's Zoom? Zoom, 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 zoom. Share screen. There we go. All right. So you have there on the screen the day of today, which is interesting. A synchronicity with Valentine's Day. We have the wind, the white planetary wind, guided by the dog. This kin on the Mayan calendar brings us the energy of the communication of the spirit to manifest unconditional love. And the mantra of the day today is I perfect in order to communicate, producing breath. I seal the input of spirit with the planetary tone of manifestation, and I'm guided by the power of a heart. This is the end of a wave that started on February 5th here with the red uh, Skywalker, bringing us 13 days of exploring and attracting opportunity to learn about different ideas, different paths, and connecting with the star beings or intergalactic or interdimensional beings with the challenge of using our wisdom of the presence of the here and now to deeply transform ourselves. So we went through this wave here. Well, we're still going. It goes until Wednesday. Wednesday, we transcend this wave with the energy of the red cosmic serpent, guided by the red moon, which brings us an energy of transcending our instinct of survival through our sacral energy, our chakras, our kundalini, to purify our emotions so that we get ready for the next wave coming, which is oops, where did it go? Oops, sorry. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so change the date. Change the date. Ah, I want to change the date. Oh, I think it's here. Oh, there you go. Okay. So it changes on the 17th, 18th of February. 18th of February, Thursday this week. We're entering the wave of the magnetic world bridger. That is intense. I'm going to put for you here the wave. So this is Thursday, February 18th. And the following 13 days until March the 2nd. These are going to be intense 13 days because it's all about attracting opportunities to experience a radical change or death. And that doesn't mean necessarily a physical body death, but a radical transformation where something dies to give space for something new to be born. So it will be all about transformation of everything around us, including us. How we're individually going to go through this, it depends on each one of us because everyone experiences in a different way depending on the level of spiritual work we've been doing until now. How are we vibrating with the energy of the shift? This is what's going to determine how we go through this biggest change of the following weeks, following 2 weeks. All right, so Thursday is that day. Friday is the challenge of the wave. The challenge is to heal ourselves, to organize ourselves, to accomplish a way to self generate our own energy, meaning that or we connect or we connect with our source of energy because there will be no source of energy from the outside. It's going to be from the inside of us to heal ourselves, to accomplish this healing, to organize ourselves. And that is the challenge of those uh, 13 days starting next Thursday. And the Saturday energy will be how we are serving others, and we're serving others through teaching people that we can actually see beauty and creativity. We can use our creativity to be independent and free and use our intelligence to create beauty. Four is how we're shaping that reality of those days, and that is using our instinct of survival to purify our emotions in full command of unconditional love. Six is what brings us into balance. So if you feel out of balance those days, tap into that one. This one here is the monkey. The monkey is the player of illusion, is the laughter, is the playfulness, it's the funny, it's not taking anything serious. So laughing will be more important than ever for this transition of change we're going to go through. Cannot take anything too serious, especially if you're feeling out of balance through the transition of those days. Tap into laughing, watch comedies, make jokes, play games, dance, sing, and you know how you can trigger laughter and joy on yourself so that it's the balance of the energetics. We're going to be channeling the knowing of how to use our intelligence and our free will to plant the seeds for our future. And we'll be in the integrity of evolving into this new energy to explore new ideas, new paths, so that we can activate the wisdom of the here and now with unconditional love to manifest the abundance of vision and intuition, and then let go. February 28th will be the day we start letting this go through bringing our inner courage, our inner shaman, our inner warrior into play. And the spiritual beings will be collaborating with us by helping us with the purification of our emotion and the movement forward through our evolution so that we can actually transcend this whole transformation by reflecting as a mirror and communicating all of our experience to others. And we'll be like mirrors to others, reflecting what we've learned. So it will be very intense until March the 2nd, which is very interesting on the energetics because lots of mediums and communicators have been talking about the endurance of the end of February until the beginning of March to actually start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel in March for a reconstruction of a new system and a new earth. Because nothing happens from one day to another. I'm just going to close this here, stop sharing. So nothing happens from one day to another. We've been through the energetics of this transition for a long time. Many of us knew about that for a long time. Actually, many of us came here for this moment to help with the transition. And that's what I feel my mission is here. I've known that, but I also had other adjustments of my personal life to with other beings and things to go through some learning, but most important was this moment of transition we're going through right now. There's nothing more important right now than this, to learn how to connect with our hearts to the source of the creation, the creator, the universe, however you want to call it, to understand what true love is, unconditional love is not passion. Passion, it's got a fast endurance. It boils your blood, pushes you towards something without thinking, and it ends. It's like fire, burns and then extinguishes. That's passion, which is not a bad thing, but it's not love. And the system has confused us, saying that passion is love, so that it kept us away from what truly love is. And we've been taught that only high evolved beings have the capacity of unconditional love, when actually all of us have. It's just that we have been misguised, and we have been uh, uh, taught wrong about what love is, so that we wouldn't connect with the heart. There are all these patterns that have pushed us into thinking the heart is weak. Even that, and it is not. It's actually the strongest thing we have. The mind is weak, because the mind, well, it's not weak, but it's the mind is into duality, and the mind is always, yes, it is. No, it is. No, black and white, and evil and good. There's always this chit chat. And then if you stop this chit chat, connect with your heart here. The heart knows it all, and you don't need to go through this chit chat. So every time you have a question or doubt, ask your heart. Ask your heart. Ask your guides to connect you to your heart, to help you connect with your heart, with your higher self, with your intuition, with yourself. That's the door to the higher dimension. Let's do a little meditation to close this Sunday evening, and hopefully streaming online continues through this transition of the energetics I just read to you. And we'll see you next Sunday. But for now, let's close our eyes and put our hands together. When you see people in public connecting the fingers like that, or the hands like that, is not a sign of evil or good. That's the mind chit chat. This is connection of both sides into the middle path, into the heart. So when we do this, we're connecting the polarities into one, becoming one and connected. So when we do this, we're connecting the energy of our polarity, becoming one. All right, so close your eyes, breathe deep in, breathe light. Imagine you're breathing light, and you're breathing out darkness that doesn't serve you anymore. And you're breathing in light, And breathing out darkness. And breathing in light again. And breathing out darkness. Centering ourselves in the heart, in the source of our creation, in the peace and harmony of our beings, allowing ourselves to learn and navigate through this journey, creating the best outcome for ourselves and for all people around us, connecting our higher intentions and vibrations to all of the other light workers that are here now in this planet, auxiliating, helping on this birth of Gaia, Mother Earth, into a new self. Mm. Expand your light to the infinite around you. Connect yourself to the web of light. I feel a lot of gratitude right now. We're having the opportunity of letting go of strong old patterns of thoughts that don't serve us anymore, patterns that have been accumulated through incarnations and experiences, ancestrals and DNAs, and don't serve us anymore. So we gladly let go of these old patterns of suffering, old patterns of unhealthy bodies, old patterns of scarcity, all of those patterns that we've used to attract unhappiness. We're letting go of all of that now and allowing ourselves to tap into a better version of our beings with a reality of harmony, abundance, happiness, thriving, creating beauty and art and health and all of these good things. Mhm. All right. So, thank you so much for connecting with me tonight here. And if you're connecting after, doesn't matter, time doesn't exist, is not linear, and the moment is the moment always. This energy we planted here tonight of harmony and unconditional love, it's recorded and spreading. So whenever you join into the spreading of unconditional love and enjoy the journey, laugh, and have fun. Nothing is set on stone, nothing is there forever. The chaos that you're seeing outside is not going to last for long, and it's just a big test for all of us to endure and to become stronger and better. Much love to all of you.